Hello everyone, today we will be creating application 3, that is a sign up and login application. To do that, follow the steps. Go to File, New Project, click on Empty Activity, Next, and give the application name as Sign Up Application, Sign Up Application, and Java, and will be just click on Finish. So it will be a new project will be created. So before that we will eliminate the already loaded project. So we'll just close this particular simple calculator application which we have developed in the last session. So now, as of now, we are in the sign up application, as you can see here. So this is a main activity underscore main.xml is there, and after that our name, it will ask for internet. Just click on S, go for the code, and in the code we'll be changing the constraint layout to the relative layout. So by giving backspace, make sure like you are not eliminating the first line. So just click on relative, capital R. It will not display because still my project is not yet loaded. So we'll wait for that until it gives ID, provide you what exactly the relative layout is. So if you go for design also, here still it is in loading state. Still here we didn't get any build get success on this data. This is main activity, app compat activity, which is going to end. No changes here. Not required to type your import classes as well. It is all built in. So I have seen many people, they are typing import classes, everything, which is not required. Now directly move on to the activity underscore main. We got our first screen. We will go to the code, and here I will type as R. So now ID will provide me this. So double click on that. Make sure like you have closed relative layout tag as well. So this has been changed. Now go for the design. In design part, as of now I can see hello world. So I'm going to remove that which is not required. Remove that, and then first we have created the sign up application. We go into XML code and we change that to relative layout. After that, now dragging the text view and place on the screen. Make an alteration with respect to x-axis, with respect to y-axis. Alterations are done. Bring that to the center, and attributes, as you can see here. Click on the attributes here. Click on size and give the text size as 24 sp. So 24 sp is done. After the text, in the text I will give us sign up. Sign up is done. After that, alignment is center only. By manually we are going to align that at center. You can give color change or whatever you want. You can change the style as well. So I will change the style to bold. So our task is done, sign up. After that, next is I need to get the email text view, that is edit text. Go for the text, and here you can find plain text. Click on that, drag and drop. So once drag and drop, I need to make an alignment with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis. Alignment is done, and bring that to the center. So I have brought that to the center, and click on hint. So here I will be typing as enter email, or just I will give as email hyphen id, email id colon. So email id is came, that is in hint. Only that I will be changing. I need to change id as well. Id I will click, and here I first, before that I need to click on component. Here id already some edit text is there. I will make it as email edit text. This is email edit text. It will ask for refactor. I just click on refactor. This part is done. Again I'll remove the text because already name is showing, which I don't want to show that name. So I'll just go for the text and make it plain. I'll eliminate this. So now you can see email ID has been came because now in the same way, drag and drop and make an alignment with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis. Alignment is done, and I'll place with respect to location, and then I'll change the text. I don't want name. After that I'll go for ID, and ID I'll be changing it as password, small letters, edit text. Password edit text. It will ask for refactor. Refactor it. and I'll click on hint, and in the hint I'll type as, so before that I need to click on the component and search for hint. In the hint I'll write as password. This part is done. So after that, in the design part I want button as well. So click on the button component as you can see here, and drag and place here, drag and drop. So make an alignment with respect to x axis and with respect to y axis. Alignment is done and place in this particular location, and here I will be typing it as id. So id button is there, I will remove that button, I will give it as sign up signBtn button. So sign button is there. After that, text I will be taking, it will ask for refactor, click on refactor, then I will click on text, and in the text instead of button I will be displaying that as sign up. So sign up is done. So our design part is ready. So after design part we will move to the Java code. So main activity, after public class main activity extend app compatibility, click on enter. Here we will be typing our Java code. So our first task is nothing but to get the whatever email or password variables. So it is EditText. So I'm going to give as EditText. Automatically ID will provide me. So variable I'm going to give as email underscore sign comma password underscore sign. So password underscore sign is done. So after that button, I will be creating a button butt button, and here I will write a button variable sign up underscore button. So case sensitive, just have a look on that. After that, these are default three lines which I have already explained what each and every line does. Now initialization of the email signing. For that, e equals to typecast edit text find view by id r dot id dot and here in the program I have given different id, or you can give the same id as well. So id dot in this id you can write it as go here and click here and type it as id, and here if you see you have email, copy that particular email edit text and go for the Java part, and in the Java part you can give as email. Automatically I got that particular id. You can give any name, it's not like whatever name I have given is important. So after that, next variable I need to initialize equals to edit text, and here find view by id r dot id dot, and here password edit text, and finally close. Password is done. Now coming on to button, you are going to do button find view by id r dot id dot button, that is what is the id I have given for that sign up button. So I got it. So once I get this, after getting all the variables, I need to set on click listener, right? So I'll write I have a class called set on click listener, and inside the class I'm going to give as new view on click listener. As you can see, just click on that, automatically id is providing me on click, which I have already said you in the class. So here we are locally initializing the variables. As you can see, string email small letter equals to email underscore sign in dot, I am getting what exactly I had typed on the screen. I got email. Now I am typing the password equals to password, and inside the password get text dot toString. So I got the password. So after that I will be creating a function with the name called as valid password. This is checking for four conditions which are given by the which is given by question. So I'll give the same thing password, and I'll open. It will throw an error because I need to create this. Is a user defined method. So before that, if it is not true, what I should display? Password doesn't match, what do I need to display? So make content, I'm going to create main activity dot this main activity dot this comma password doesn't match rules. Password doesn't match the rules. After that, I am closing this toast dot length. It will ask whether you want short length or long length. I'll give it as short dot show. Finally, I am showing that particular content. And finally, return this and closing that particular step. If password is matching, what do I need to do? I need to create an intent. This is an object variable for an intent equals to new intent in this, which is the from which activity I am going to create. So from the main activity I am going to create another activity called as activity dot class. So I have created it. This is throwing an error. What you need to do, just click on that and it will import automatically what all the classes which are required. So this will throw an error. Let it be in the same way. Don't get panic like I got an error. After that, intent dot put extra ex put extras. Here I am going to put an extra email, same name whatever you have given, and this is a variable which contains an email, as you can see here. So this part is done. In the same way, what is put extra does, each and everything I have already explained. So as of now, you just need to type all this stuff. Password, comma, password. So this part is done. After that, I am finally starting my intent. So I will just give as start an activity, and I will give the variable name which I have typed, that is intent, and finally closing this application. So after this closing brace, one brace will be closing. After that, coming out of that asynchronous anonymous classes, now I am going to define the pattern. So pattern is a built-in class, and here I am going to set according to the question what they have given. Lowercase equals to pattern dot compile, and in the compile double quotes, these are caps dot star and classes a to z dot to z dot star dollar, and finally I am closing this particular lowercase. In the similar way for uppercase equals to pattern dot compile double quotes caps dot cap dot star, and this capital A to capital Z, this is for uppercase dot star dollar, and finally close this. Then pattern after uppercase, next is number equals to pattern dot compile. What exactly this compile method does in class I have already told. Caps dot star 0 to 9 after that dot star dollar. Finally close the semicolon for our numbers. Next is special characters. Pattern special underscore char equals to pattern dot compile, all with the respect to negation we are going to pass here. Caps dot star 0 to 9 A to Z, capital A to capital Z 0 to 9 dot star dollar semicolon, and finally I am going to define the function which I have already created. Boolean is valid. So already it is showing me you need to create this particular method. String which is going to accept password parameter. I am open this particular function, and inside this, if password, if not of password, or password dot length. If password dot length is less than 8, what you are going to do? We are going to return false, and will come out of this particular French braces. If, again if condition, if not of lowercase, if it is not lowercase, matches, inside matches I am going to pass a password dot matches. If this condition is not there, we are going to return false. So we return the false. Now in the similar way we will be checking for if not of uppercase dot matches password dot matches. If this is not there, we are going to return false. Return false. After this, not of next if uppercase is here, right? 1 second. I have given space here. Try to eliminate this. If not of after uppercase number dot matches password dot matches. If this condition is there, we will return false. Return false. If not of special character dot matches password dot matches. If this is there, we are going to return false. Going to return the false. 1 minute. Should be here outside dot matches. Here also outside the pattern dot matches. If you don't want, you can eliminate the French braces which are not required. You can reduce the French braces which are not required. If you want, you can keep, or you can eliminate this. Up to you. If condition, if all these are matching, it will return this, or else it will come out of the condition. If all these are false, it will come out. Finally, it will return true. If any one condition is false, it is going to return the condition as true. And finally, we are done with the execution. Only one error is done, that is you need to create. So now login activity you need to create. For that, go for the Java code, follow my cursor, go to the Java folder, right click on that, and new. In the new, you need to go for activities. In activity, you need to go for empty activity. So in empty activity, give the same name what you have given here. Give the same name what you have given here, that is login activity. Login activity, and it is going to launch. Java is there, so just click on finish. So once you click on finish, Now it will ask for internet, just click on yes. It will not ask also. Now you can see this particular logic, whatever you have login activity got eliminated. So now this two design part is done. Now we need to design the login page. So in the login page also same design only, no changes here. So what all things you need to do, we'll do the same thing here also. So we will click on text view, drag and drop, and here we are going to align with respect to x-axis. Okay, we need to go for code. In the code we need to remove this particular constraint layout and give it as relative. So relative done. So now design, in design part we need to align with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis and get that particular step to the center and go for the attributes, and here we are going to give the id, give the id, that is id is not required, let the id be, just click on text here, text text, and in the text you give it as login. So text I am going to change. After that I need to change the size. In the size I need to click on 38 dp. So my size is done. I have aligned to the center, and you can give this particular bold as well. You can change whatever style you want. So I'll just give text style. In the style I'll make this particular stuff as bold and click on apply. So this part is done. So after this part, next is I need to click on text, plain text, drag and drop, and I need to make an alignment with respect to x-axis, with respect to y-axis, and bring that particular edit text or plain text at the center and change the attributes. First attribute I am going to change is in text. Whatever in text is that I am going to delete that, and I am going to give for hint, and in the hint I am going to type it as email hyphen id colon. So this part is done. After that my next part is I need to change the id for this particular stuff. So id, as you can see here, I'll give it as login underscore id. So login id I got. Refactor, just click on refactor. So now next I'll go to drag and drop, because for password also I require the same thing. So drag and drop, make an alignment with respect to x-axis, with respect to y-axis, and place at this particular location. And here I am going to change the same thing what I have changed. First I'll type as text. I am going to remove this, and I am going to click on hint. In the hint I am going to type it as password colon, then I am going to change the id. So click on id, and here I am going to give as password underscore login, or just give as password id. So it will ask for refactor, just give it as refactor. Now button, click on the button, drag, drop, align with respect to x-axis, with respect to y-axis, place at the center, change the id, give the name as login underscore button. Login underscore button. It will ask for refactor. Refactor it. Next click on text. In the text, instead of button I need to give it as login. Login. So this part is done. Our design part is done for the login. Now go for the Java application. In the sense here also we need to do write a logic with respect to login. So first we need to define the variables. So let me define the variables. Button, I need to go for edit text, because I need to get what you have typed on that particular email and password. Here I'll give it as email, login email, comma, login password. Login email and password 2 I have created. Now button, button. In the button I will be giving the button name as login_btn. So these two variables I have created. After that I will click the cursor here and I will give the initialization for that. Login email equals to typecast edit text find view by id r.id dot sign in, that is email login underscore, this is the id, login id. Next is login password edit text find edit text, no equals to, I should give equals to edit text find view by id r.id dot password capital P password id. So I got this. Next is login underscore button equals to button find view by id r.id dot log sign in, not sign in, login button, and finally close this. So once you click on login button, I need to perform certain operations. Before that I need to initialize the counter here. Int counter variable I am going to create, counter equals to 2 I am going to pass because of disable of that particular login button. So login button, if you see here, after this part is done, our next thing is whatever my intent, sign in intent is providing the email and password, put extras were there. No, now I am going to get the string and extras here. So register sign in register email equals to get intent dot get string. So get string extra, here we are going to give the same name what we have given in the sign up, and here also string register password equals to get intent dot get string extras, and here I am going to pass the password, same password what I have given in the sign up. Now once you click on login button, you need to set on click listener, and here I need to type as new view, the same thing on click listener. Just double click on that, automatically id will provide me on click. So inside that what all things I am providing, I need to give the logic here. So before that I need to get what I have typed in the login page email. So for that I am creating a local variable, and I have the login email, that is login email dot get text. I am getting the text that I am placing in the text string. In the similar way, string password equals to password, that is login password dot get text dot to string. So make sure you are giving perfect id here, because you may get misplaced with the sign up. Dot equals to email, if registered email and whatever email you have provided, if both are equal, or, and we are also checking the registered password dot equals to password or not, we are checking. If both the conditions are true, we are going to create an intent intent we are creating a new activity here, equals to new intent. Inside this, from which intent, login activity intent only, login activity dot this comma login successful activity, I am going to create a new activity here, login success activity dot class. You will get an error because this I have not yet created, I will create. So start activity, I am providing the object of intent. object of the intent has been provided. What if whatever password you have provided is not matching? What I have to do? Else, I'll go for else and I'll put a toast message here. Toast message dot make text, and here from the login activity dot this, and here I am going to put a invalid credentials, comma toast dot length short dot show. So this part is done, and finally I am decrementing the counter minus minus. So after that I am checking the condition. If a counter double equals to 0 is there, means I am going to put a toast message first dot mkdir text in get the base content, and finally put a message like fail to login attempts comma toast dot length short dot show, and finally close this particular step, and I need to enable the login button, that is login button dot set enabled. I should make it as false. I am going to disable the button, and finally come out of the loop. Only one error will be showing, that is login successful activity. Here only if you give on cursor, so we'll go with the procedure. Java, click on right click, new activity, empty activity, and here we are going to give the same name what we have given here. So I'll remove this and I'll write it as login success activity. This is activity name. Just click on finish, and it will ask for we want to use, and you can see here as of now that particular error has been gone. Now we're not dealing with the Java code, so I'm going to close this particular file. Here only one simple task we need to do, that is drag one particular text view in the view component. So we need to go for code, we need to change this particular layout to the relative layout. So if you see here, automatically IDE should provide you relative layout. Then design part, I have already dragged the text view as you can see here. So I'll just place this particular center, which is not possible because I have not at all aligned here with respect to x-axis and y-axis, and place at the center and give it as login successful. Attribute text, here I can give it as login successful, and you can change the size as well. Let me give it as 48 dp. So I have changed the size. Let me align it. Okay, login successful is done. So our task is done. Now let me check once with the activities, and in this particular thing if you see login activity, login successful activity, and main activity is done. So our task is done. We'll directly run our application. So just click on run. Once you click on run, if you go for the build, you can see you didn't get any successful messages. Still emulator is not yet up. We'll just wait for emulator to get power on. So only this much you need to do with respect to application 3, that is your sign up and login application. you need to create the application and you need to as you can see my emulator is up as of now, it is powering on. We are waiting for successful. Once you get build successful, our application will get launched on the phone. So Gradle build is running still. One time you will get build successful and you will not know what exactly it is happening. You can click on event log as well. In event log you can see line by line what exactly it is happening. Okay, I got build successful as of now. My Gradle build is success. Installation is happening as you can see here. Installation is done and it soon it will launch my application here. Okay, you can see successful operation is successful and now you can see the sign up application here. So I'll give the sign up application, make sure you give the same name what exactly providing here. I just click on here uzma@gmail.com. This is for the text and here I'll give the 8 characters should be there. So dollar I'll give dollar capital U Z M A uzma@ 1 2 3. I have given all these things, 8 digits are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 extra I have given. So I'll just click on enter. Signing is done. So I got now this is a login application. You are not able to see because it has occupied this particular stuff. I'll make that change as well. I'll give the same now uzma@gmail.com and here I'll give as dollar capital UZMA @1234 234 and just click on login. So once I click on invalid because I didn't give 4, I'll just remove that and I'll just click on login. Fail to login. Now my whatever login I have given here because instead of exclamatory I have given, so this button has been come out of the loop. So before running one more time, let me drag this change this particular layout. I'm not able to view this, so what I'll do is I'll keep this particular login button little bit down so that I can see all the things whatever I am able to see, because my phone is occupying this entire thing, so I was not able to view the login application. Similar way I'll do for sign up as well. I'll go here and I'll click here. So this part is done. So now I'll go and I'll stop the already existing one and I'll click on play one more time. So my application got stopped and again I'll get build success and then you can run your application. I'll get now sign up as well as login. So build got success and application is installing in my phone as you can see and it has been launched successfully. Now you can see sign up everything in this spot. So now I'll give uzma@gmail.com. So after that I'll give the password dollar capital UZMA @123. So this is my password. I'll just click on sign up and I'll give the same password uzma@gmail.com and I'll give the same password as well, email and password dollar capital UZMA @123. Same password I have given. It should go for login success. It is done. I'll go back and here I'll give different password now to and I'll give it as login. So it will throw and fail to attempt a login. So one more time if I give it will come back. So now one more sign in if I give 8 digits, if I don't give it will give as password doesn't match the rule. So this task is done. Thank you. Our application 3 is ready.